Becoming a star player at Barcelona, winning the Euros with Spain, winning the Copa Trophy, and even his own signature colorway. It's clear to see at the young age of 17 that Yamal has the world at his feet. Speaking of his feet, he wears the adidas F50 Elite Laceless. I've been putting these boots to the test over the last few months, and I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about the boots in terms of performance, sizing, how they compare to the previous model, and make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end of the video because as a bonus, I'm going to try and recreate his famous goal against France. The upper is made from a synthetic material which Adidas call Fiber Touch. I wouldn't necessarily call it soft, but it's quite pliable and has this kind of rubbery texture to it. It also has the 3D micro texturing on it that Adidas are calling sprint web. It goes around the boot. You can find it mostly in the forefoot and then at the sides of the boot as well. And I'd say for a micro texturing on the boot, it's actually somewhat aggressive. In terms of the performance of the upper, the Fiber Touch provides a very barefoot feel for the ball, where your feet feel very close to the ball and provides this kind of responsive sensation. And with the sprint web, I didn't really notice it too much. I guess that can be a good thing. You want a more kind of distractionless playing experience. So in essence, it doesn't feel like just too grippy. Dribbling in these boots feels quite natural, I'd say. There's a bit of a kind of minimalistic yet responsive feel to the boots. Essentially, you just feel like it's all you in control. And similar can be said when you're striking the ball, so crossing, shooting, clearances, etc. Overall, personally, I really like the upper, but I can understand if some people don't like it because of that kind of rubbery sensation to it. The F50 uses an outsole which Adidas call the Sprint Frame 360. And if you look at it, it's not as aggressive as you'd expect for a speed boot. Instead, you've got this whole kind of cornucopia of different stud shapes. In the forefoot, you have more like your chevrons. In the midfoot, you have your half conicals. And in the back of the boot, the heel, I guess, you have your bladed studs. So you can see it's pretty much like an all-round sole plate. And it definitely performs in that manner too. And I felt they always provided a good level of traction and mobility, stability when I played in them. It's reasonably responsive too. It's not as responsive or aggressive as it would be if they had like more chevrons on the outsole. But all around it still performs very well in my opinion. But if I did have one gripe with the outsole, it is that I wish, like with speed boots, I like very aggressive responsive outsoles and I just wish it was a bit more of that. Now this is a laceless boot, so let's address the elephant in the room, which is the lockdown. And I'll just say that the general lockdown of the boot was good for me. Even without grip socks, I didn't have any issues with like heel lift or foot rollover. However, there are no laces to the boot, so when you're sprinting, it doesn't feel like anything's like holding you in place, so the boots don't necessarily feel as responsive in that sense. My feet don't move about or anything. It's just like, because there are no laces, you know, it's a bit of a somewhat unsettling feeling at first, because it's just the prime net on top of like the kind of tongue area, which is just keeping my feet in place. And comfort wise, once these boots are fully broken in, the comfort level is quite good. Initially with the upper material, it does feel a bit plasticky when they're brand new out of the box, but that plasticky feel does go away after you've broken the boots in. And the prime knit on top of your foot is very good. It kind of hugs your foot rather than compressing it and making it feel too tight. The heel area is decently comfortable as well. However, I kind of have this gripe with a lot of football boots. I just wish it was a bit more kind of padded. Now in terms of fit in the midfoot to the heel area, I really like how the boot feels. The upper really hugs and wraps around your foot quite nicely. I went with my usual 9.5 UK, and initially the toe box area did feel a bit gappy, but that kind of went away as the boots kind of softened up and molded to the shape of my feet. I should also mention that the fit of the boots is affected by which insoles you use. So if you get the Elite model, it comes with your SL insoles and your Comfort insoles. The Comfort insoles are a bit thicker and take up a bit more volume in your boots, so once I put those in and put on a pair of like put the boots on with some socks, that kind of gappiness in the toe box did go away and just provided a much snugger fit in the forefoot. Width wise, I'd say that they accommodate most foot types, providing you're not at the extremes, and I'd say it is a speed boot, so it still would be on the kind of narrow side for just that kind of more locked in sensation. And for those reasons, I'd recommend that most people go true to size, but if you want that kind of super locked in sensation because you're worried about like the responsiveness or the lockdown, I'll then go half a size down. And durability wise, the boots have held up quite well. I haven't seen anything out of the norm, just your kind of stains from mud, the rubber from 3G and just normal wear and tear. Anything bad about the boots in terms of durability. Now comparing this F50 with the Crazyfast, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'll give you a good understanding of the differences. This isn't necessarily which one of the two is a better football boot. I'm just going to describe each of the boots and how they perform in different like areas of fit, comfort, etc. And it's more for you to decide which one you think is better for you based on like personal preference. When it comes for like feel for the ball, you want to get a more kind of responsive, barefoot feeling on the Crazyfast than the F50, just because the Crazyfast X had a much thinner upper. Well, not on say much thinner, but it had a thinner upper than the current F50 in my opinion. However, the Fiber Touch upper does wrap around your foot much nicer in my opinion, and just offers a better on-ball experience. And then when it comes to the outsoles, I say they have like two different purposes. So the Crazyfast outsole is like more aggressive, more kind of like your typical speed boot, whereas we've seen the F50 is more kind of an all-round outsole. Personally, they're both speed boots, so with speed boots I prefer more aggressive, responsive outsole. So in this case, I would have preferred the more aggressive outsole on the F50, like I said. So for me, I think the Crazyfast has a better, well, not better, but like I prefer the Crazyfast outsole. And then comfort and fit wise, I'd say F50 in my opinion. Like I kind of mentioned it with feel for the ball, but with the F50 outsole, it doesn't feel as plasticky as it did on the Crazyfast, and it just conforms to the shape of your foot much better, just like a more kind of streamlined design. So as a boot overall, I do prefer the F50. Now, one of the biggest gripes people have with laceless boots is the lockdown. This is the first laceless boot I've used since the X19 Plus, and the improvement in lockdown is very evident. I've even tried on the like laced version. I went to the adidas F50 launch event. I tried on both, and I just felt like just from like on brand new out of the box, the feeling of the laceless was just better for my foot than the laced version. And just from using them over the last few months, I can say the F50 just provides a very unique on the ball experience, and you very much get that sock-like feel with these boots. It did take a bit of time to get used to, but I do tremendously enjoy playing in these boots. It offers a very distractingless playing experience, which I really prefer in football boots a lot of the time, and it's just been an excellent return for the adidas F50 line as a whole. So in the boot tier list, I'm going to place them in, drumroll please, A tier. So now the moment you've all been waiting for, and the one that I've been dreading, time to recreate Yamal's goal against France from the Euros. Now, if you've watched my videos before, you will know that I am 1-star weak foot, 1.5 on a good day. So I'm going to do this inverted. So right, if I actually get this in, I'm going to just mirror it so it looks like I did it with my left foot. So just use your imagination. I don't know how long this is going to take. So essentially, I'm just gonna, like, you know, I don't have players around me, so I'm just gonna use like the quick play board as something to rebound off, as if the pass that Yamal received before he shot. And let's see how it goes. Let's see if I can do this in less than 10 tries.
Oh, don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Yeah, off to a great start. There we go. That's free. Oh my God.
What on earth is wrong with me? I'm sure I have talent, but where my talent?
You know what? I need one of those like corner target things, you know? That would have been much better. Also, it would have made my life a lot harder because there's no way I'm going to get that in within 10 tries. What on earth is that? Just the one? No, it's not.
Yamal. Nice goal! Oh, I say, what an unbelievable goal! The 16-year-old Lamine Yamal. That is absolutely astonishing. He becomes the youngest player ever to score in a European Championship.
This kid. Woo! But that's been it for the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video. If you want more reviews like this, if you want me to recreate more goals, please subscribe. Let me know what kind of goals you want me to recreate. Anyway, like, subscribe. My name is Sub. This is Outsole Football. Thank you for watching. See you next time.